Welcome back, America. I'm Mark Levin. This is Life, Liberty, and Levin. I have our guest, the former U.S. ambassador to Israel under President Trump, one of the most successful ambassadors in my lifetime, David Friedman. You folks had Iran on its back with your foot on its throat economically. The people were rising up against Iran. You had the Hamas and Hezbollah knew better than to commit acts of war against the state of Israel. The Palestinians continued to fund terrorism, and that would include the Palestinian Authority. And so President Trump said, you know what, we're cutting you off until you learn how to conduct yourselves, where you're not using our tax dollars for this stuff anymore. Everything changed. What changed?
Well, all those policies were reversed. You know, Mark, we're looking, we saw today some of the most barbaric acts against Jewish people that we've seen since the Holocaust. This was very, very difficult to watch, painful to watch. I'm here in Jerusalem and I'm in and out of shelters all day long, but, you know, I certainly didn't get the brunt of it. I mean, Jewish people murdered, civilians murdered, pulled out of their homes and murdered, and all through a very carefully planned, expensive, highly sophisticated attack by Hamas with lethal and advanced equipment. Now, how does Hamas get all that stuff, right? I mean, they don't earn any money. I mean, it's a terrorist organization. They get the money from Iran, which we are now appeasing and facilitating, and taking our lifting sanctions and emboldening them and making them richer. So we're giving Iran money to help Hamas. The Palestinian Authority gives a lot of money to Hamas. We didn't give them any money in the Trump administration. They're getting it now because the Biden administration has reversed that. UNRWA, which teaches Palestinians in the Gaza Strip to hate Israel, puts on plays where the kids, 5-10 years old, they dress up as terrorists, and others dress up as Jews, and they kill the Jews, and the parents all applaud. We're funding that all over again. The Biden administration created a Palestinian Affairs Unit, which is just another way of creating a consulate for the Palestinians in Jerusalem. We shut that down. The Biden administration put it together. What do they do today? They put out a tweet that said Israel should not retaliate. So this is our government directly and indirectly providing funding to some of the worst actors on the planet, and all that money, filters down, trickles down into the hands of this vile terrorist organization, which uses it to buy the kinds of weaponry and do the kind of planning and the kind of training that enable them to commit these barbaric acts today. So yeah, everything changed. I mean, all the things that we did differently, and we did it differently from the Obama administration as well. For those 4 years, we had a very clear policy, which is that if Israel is attacked, we're going to let Israel decide for itself how to defend itself and its citizens. And we're not going to put our thumb on the scale and superimpose our view 6,000 miles away for what Israel should do. They have to protect their own citizens. A lot of people today are condemning all the attacks. It doesn't take a real profile and courage to get up today and say we condemn the attacks by Hamas against Israeli citizens. The question is going to be, where are they going to be tomorrow, the next day, and the next day? Because this is going to be a war, and there are casualties of war, and war is ugly. And as that ugliness starts to filter through the internet, how many of the people who are today, defending Israel, how many of them are going to be defending Israel when Israel fights back? Because my experience has been that when the government gets tough, a lot of these friends of Israel go in a different direction.
Mm-hmm. When Joe Biden says Israel will get whatever they need from the United States and we back them up, isn't that a concern 5 days a week, 2 weeks in on this as well, that he tries to intervene and pull Israel back?
Yeah, because what's going to happen is, look, we've all seen this movie. Israel doesn't need American troops. Israel doesn't need American arms. Israel can defend itself. The question is America gonna get squishy and say, you know what, enough people died, enough buildings have been destroyed, enough terrorists, have been killed. You've done enough. Because when that pressure comes on Israel, and Israel pulls back, then Hamas declares victory, and a year from now, 6 months from now, we'll be exactly back in the same place. This was a signal to Israel, I think, that that it's over. These people have to be eradicated. No more appeasement. And Israel will do this. I'm not worried about Israel. I'm worried about the rest of the world trying to put handcuffs on Israel, especially America, because that's the player that Israel cares about the most. And if Americans want to be Israel's friends right now, let Israel do what it needs to do by itself, for itself. They don't need a single American troop to go be on the ground. Let Israel just defend itself and eradicate this scourge. By the way, the entire world will be a safer place, not just Israel, if Israel is able to win this battle.
I want to thank you, Ambassador David Friedman. You're there in Jerusalem. You're in the middle of it. And I wish you and your family well, and God bless you.
Thank you, Mark. Appreciate it.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.